That one.
Yeah, just make sure you don't get
Okay, I got a red dot, and
Got a flashing light.
I don't see number 4.
test for number 2.
No, I don't see the time roll.
Oh, does it roll? I didn't know that.
Oh, no, yeah, it's not fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Are we good? Happening?
Yep.
All right. So, Sarah Carlston, you want to introduce yourself and tell a little bit about your relationship to the camp?
My name's Sarah Carlston, and I am the president of Right to Dream 2. I'm a board member and also a regular member of Right to Dream 2.
As president, what do you do with the camp?
As president, I go to meetings with City Hall, with the neighborhood associations. I also help write grants as needed, do all the back foot work to keep this place running and operational.
So, what are the grants?
We write grants to help pay the bills to keep this place running for porta potties, laundry, electricity, and water.
And you do have hot water here in your shower.
We do have hot water that runs in our shower through a tankless water heater.
Because I noticed it looks as if everybody that I've seen from here looks like you don't have any trouble showering, maintaining hygiene. It looks like, do you have washing machines, that sort of thing? I mean, it looks, sometimes camping, it's hard to, take care of all that, but it looks as if that's available to you here.
We do have access to the shower, which is great. Unfortunately, at this time, we don't have washer or dryer access. But there are places nearby, like TPI, where you can do your laundry for free.
What's TPI?
Transitions Projects is TPI. It's just across the street. Or across the river. It's a housing
Organization.
Yeah, housing organization. Thank you. A housing organization that you can do laundry at, take showers at, charge your phone, do all sorts of things, and they help with getting you housing, getting your foot in, and they also run shelters.
So is this community an agency of Transition Projects, or are you separate?
We are our own organization. We are a nonprofit that was started by Right to Survive. Now we are our own entity. We're just our own nonprofit. There is no other organization like us anymore.
How many people live here?
Right now we have 20 members. Those are the people that run the day-to-day operation of this place.
And are those 20 members the ones who live in these tiny houses?
Yes, the members live in the tiny houses. As part of running the day-to-day operations of the place, you get a tiny house in exchange for doing that. It's kind of like a barter work for the house.
So how long has this camp been here? I know you moved from somewhere else a few years ago. I don't remember how long.
So Right to Dream 2 altogether has been open and operational for going on 8 years. We were at our old site on 4th and Burnside for 5.5 years, and we've been at this site. This is going on 2.5 years now. 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
So in the tiny houses, what does each person have? Is there a standard interior?
There is no standard interior on the tiny houses. Everybody can do what they want to the inside of them as long as they leave it when they go. So if you build shelving or a bed, it has to stay when you leave for the next person that comes in. The newest ones, which you'll see in the tour, they all come standard with a little desk, some shelving, and a bed platform, but the rest of them were just blank canvases.
And I know you have a couple big dogs in yours, so what's your interior like?
My interior consists of a big dresser, 2 chairs, a big bed to hold me, my husband, and our 2 large dogs, and some shelving and a whole lot of clothes. We have a lot of clothes.
So, so some of these places have more than one resident.
Yes, we have 2 different size houses. We have the large houses, which are 10 by 12. Those are couples houses. And then we have 8 by 8 houses, which are single houses.
How is it in the winter? Warm enough?
In the wintertime, the houses are much better than the old site, which had tents. So those were very cold. These are all insulated and they stay much warmer than the tents did. So it's a big improvement.
I notice also at the entrance you have what look like Adirondack shelters with, you know, the men's and women's tent platforms. Can you tell about that and about who stays there?
So when you first come into the rest area, we have men's, women's, and couples tents. That's where our overnighters stay. We can hold up to 42 men, 13 couples, and 12 women at a time. And we call them overnighters because they come in for our 12-hour sleeping times. So 12 hours in, 12 hours out.
Any 12 hours they choose or particular times?
They can stay anywhere from 9 p.m. till 7 o'clock p.m. the next day. 12 hours in any time during that time frame.
So there's no one there right at the moment. Is that usual in the daytime?
On Sundays we close down for maintenance. So Sundays we're closed for day sleeping. But usually during the day, during the weeks, we do have people sleeping during the day.
Oh, and I noticed it smells like you sanitize them on Sunday because I could smell bleach.
Yeah, we sanitize the tents every day with bleach water and tea tree oil. Same with our sleeping bags and our porta potties and counters and everything else. Gets sanitized every day, multiple times a day.
Nice. So tell me other things about it. What's it like living here?
Living here can be chaotic. You have to learn how to live in a community with other people, but then you're also running a shelter at the same time, which is different than most other little tiny home villages, because we do run a shelter here where the other villages don't. It adds another level of chaos, but it's very rewarding to be able to offer that service to people and know that you're helping somebody every day, and that, you know, just being able to smile and tell somebody to have a great day and knowing that you might have changed that person's day just by talking to them or making them smile or whatever. It's very rewarding, I think, even though it does add an extra level of chaos.
And I suppose you keep them safe. They have a safe place to sleep. Where do they keep their things when they're here?
Well, our mission is to provide safe sleep, and we try to stick to that mission as closely as possible. People keep their belongings with them when they sleep, so you're provided a space to sleep in, which is about 6.5 feet long by about 3.5 feet wide, and all of your stuff has to fit in that space with you.
So if you have let's say you had a shopping cart.
We actually don't allow shopping carts in because they're too big. But if you have like a rolling cart, we can park it outside the tent, and just make a note that it's yours, so that nobody else leaves with it. Same with bikes. If you have a bike, we log it that you have a bike, or a pet, so nobody steals your dog, or, we log all of your property so that nobody takes it.
So if you had a dog, does the dog sleep on the platform with you?
Yeah, all pets are welcome and they stay with you the entire time. As long as the pet is not aggressive, it's welcome to stay here with you. If it's aggressive, we ask that you kennel it or muzzle it while it's here.
And I think I noticed in the storeroom that you have sleeping pads, if not sleeping bags. Do you have supplies for people to sleep, or are they supposed to bring what they?
When people come here, we provide them with a sleeping bag for every time that they come here. They're washed on a regular basis, and then every time somebody comes, they're offered a sleeping bag. The mats are for people who are on medical, who need extra accommodations than what is given. All of our floors are padded with a 3/4 inch pad underneath the tarp for easy cleaning. So the pads are specifically for medical who need extra. Same with the pillows. But everybody's provided a sleeping bag and an extra blanket if we have one available.
Voice out.
Okay.
So when I ask you something, if you could kind of incorporate the purpose of the question into your answer.
Okay.
Because they're not going to hear what we were talking about.
All right. Sounds good.
So,
Let's do the clap.
oh, like, can you clap once? That lines up the video and audio sound. There you go.
Good.
Maybe we should just mostly ask him questions about himself, since
Right.
we got a lot about the
Right.
place already.
So,
Okay.
you have a very colorful home. Tell us about it.
Well, this is my tiny home. I'm Armando. I get it for bartering my time as doing security and maintenance around R2D2. I get a lot of time to walk around and kind of just hike, I guess, through the forest that's in Portland here, and throughout my time I get to find a lot of stuff, like after events, people with metal detectors are finding rings and jewelry and stuff, and I found a lot of rings and jewelry and such around, so I started putting it on my tiny home and just turned it into a little piece of art. I got to do a few art projects with Street Roots, Build, Shelter, Gather, and I got in their holiday zine doing a drawing, and so I just got on the art bandwagon and started everything I do, and just decorating it with what I find and making a show of it.
You've got little Buddhas, and
Yeah.
tell us about some of that.
Oh, I got a bunch of rings and such, and some feathers that I find down there. I got some like earring gauges and pins and pennants from pretty much the basketball season. I got some sporting events. People use a lot of sunglasses, so I've got a little sunglass collection there. I've got some sand dollars that I got from Seaside, and just in the time I've been here, every time I go somewhere, we find keepsakes, and I've just kept building on it.
What's the interior of your home like? How do you like that?
The interiors, it's all right. They're small. They're not. It's 8 by 8. There's a bed in there, and solar. Get a solar disc light, but the light doesn't power a whole lot. It's not like you can cook with a crock pot in there or something like that. And if you plug a stereo into it, it drains the battery pretty quick. But as far as having light and a place where we got water and rest area, and we got a shower, it's not too bad. And considering the time commitment of just the price, because there is a price involved as far as security isn't just lax here. We really got to be on it, and it's been a great experience. Especially living in a community with the different people, and catering to the more vulnerable population of Portland, and it's been a really rewarding experience, to say the least.
What were you doing before you were here?
Well, I'm kind of semi-retired, I guess. You know, you know, I was a father and you know, just I guess in today's day, everybody's worked in a lot of different industries, the service industry, and you know, as such. But I don't know. Like when I came to Portland in 2008, I heard that it was the place where young people go to retire, and since it's been about 10, 11 years, but I've kind of come to that thing where I've kind of retired, where I'm, you know, bartering with my time instead of, you know, hustling to keep on a career. And it's been surprisingly pretty easy, and you know, so long as I'm willing to stay in a position to make myself available for service and stay on the, you know, remember what I'm doing and stay humble. And Portland has somehow given me this invisible scholarship that like sort of adopted me. So I'm running with it as best I can.
And how is it with neighbors here? How do you feel about
Oh,
having a community?
It's good because we have to get to know each other, and we got to work each other to keep the place safe. And you know, there's a lot of different background people, and we do get some turnover. It's not like you know, it's not. I've been here almost a year, and I've seen maybe 5 to 7 different members who are no longer with us. And you know, there was one member here who went back to Houston, Texas, and he told me that, you know, if you stay in your lane and you treat yourself as a steward of this place, not, you know, as a, you know, as an owner, or you know, I'm paying rent here, or I'm the work, I'm the furniture, and being a steward of the place, that it really does become a kind of an oasis where you can save time, or you know, save money, or you know, save on, you know, wear and tear on your body, find some, you know, a different you know, way to maintain yourself through these times. And I haven't you know, most people would you know, think, what are you doing? I go, well, it's like I'm in middle school doing art, and you know, and hanging out in the cabin. I'm still on summer camp, and you know, I grew up in a family where my dad was a school teacher, and so we were always part of the you know, what was going on. And so I really feel like you know, we're like the faculty on, you know, on staff all the time. And if we don't care, well, it reflects, and then, you know, as soon as we turn around, then things go wild. But being that, you know, since we do care, that it shows in, you know, in the kind of place we got and the membership we have, and you know, having to have this many people living this close to each other without really, you know, we don't, not say there's not incidents, but it's pretty peaceful. You know, I'd say a lot of other places it's not as, you know, and we're kind of, you know, I'd say semi, you know, like the 4077, a MASH unit. And so we have our, you know, our Radar O'Reilly moments, and our people we got to run to, and our little hierarchy, but you know, and what we're, you know, whatever's on the menu, it's trial by fire, you know, and hopefully we, you know, don't have a fight, or don't have, you know, somebody try to jump the fence or whatever, you know.
Your Social Security check.
It's there every month. Uncle Sam didn't design it for us to live off of alone. He designed it for an assistance for mom and pop living with one of their kids. You know, that's being honest. And we learn to survive. There's a few millions on Social Security with no other income will learn to survive. There are millions out there, same situation.
So you came here on your own? You
Yeah.
don't have family?
I have family up in Washington. You know, you need to give kids space and grandkids space. You know, she could be here in a half hour if I call.
I think we're gonna put you up here.
Oh, you are? Yeah. Okay.
Well, that could change things.
Yeah.
You want me in the shop?
Yeah.
You do?
Sit next to me.
Oh, okay.
The different
Is that for purposes
Oh, don't worry,
of
we can still do it.
we do again?
I'm rolling, sound is still rolling.
You're having problems with the sun back and forth?
Don't lean forward.
Don't lean forward. Okay.
Okay, rolling here.
So Ken, I'm Lindsley. Nice to meet you.
Let's get a clap.
Oh. So I'm Lindsley. Nice to meet you, Ken. So tell us how you came to be here.
My car broke down. And I liked what I seen here and I stayed.
And where had you come from?
I had originally come up from Las Vegas where I've been living for the last 2 years.
Doing what down there?
Retired. That's retired, working a little. I came up here, liked their mission, stayed, help out. Had a heart attack and open heart surgery, and they stuck by me, so I'm sticking by them.
You had open heart surgery in Oregon.
Yeah, right up here at the VA.
How are you now?
I'm still kicking. And that valve's still going. What else can you say?
So this is a long way from Las Vegas.
Right, a long way from Michigan. A long way from Ontario.
Ontario.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
I'm the only American in my family. All the rest live up in Ontario. They're dead now.
And you got to Portland how? What brought you here then?
My little Kia.
Say what?
My little Kia. It died up in, what's that town just out of here? No. It's the end of the red line.
Gresham?
No. Well, before Hillsboro.
Beaverton?
Beaverton, that's it.
But why were you here from Las Vegas?
I had went up to Seattle for a funeral. All right. Last of what I call my brothers. We spent 18 months together in Vietnam, and I'm the last survivor.